Technical problems from the get-go.
Well, what else are you supposed to do? I'm pretty certain on
Hey,
this show
everybody,
it's a
welcome back to the
prerequisite.
Quantum Technical Problem Show.
Which I did nothing to
We're
fix, and
running a
it
little
fixed
bit
itself.
behind. Right?
Oh,
Oh, I'm getting an echo.
yeah, just a second.
Okay.
Okay, time's up then, Joe.
Let me...
It's shutting down. There we go.
There we go.
Okay. Sound check, sound check.
Check, check, check.
All right, we're
You
good
sound
to
good.
go. We are good. All right, so welcome back, everybody, to the Quantum Panel, discussing, I don't know what yet. I didn't mean to go totally hard hitting on the first hour, straight down the dark rabbit hole about society, but that's what society's doing.
Really?
Well,
I'm not doing it.
society can do what they want to do. I'm not based on that. I'm not going to be. No, I do things my own way.
I have no
Probably
choice
makes
to do it my own way. I can't get the backup from anybody else. I mean, I get it great from you guys and from the
Thank you.
people in my stream.
When is your stream?
What is my stream?
No, when is your stream?
When? Oh, Friday to Wednesday, from 4:30 p.m. to 6:30 p.m. Pacific
And
time.
which specific time? All right. I think we need to
Specific
start.
time, huh?
Yeah. We need a specific time so we can get to
Easy
Pacific
deal.
time.
Yep, Keith, your link lives on my description. It is
Yes.
there every show now.
All right. Hey,
I want to
Nathan.
make sure the Empire has. Hey, Joe.
The Desert Shadows Temple is back alive.
Excellent.
We got the band back together.
hmm Well, I can be there electronically and possibly out of body, but I'm here in Tennessee now.
Yeah.
Why
but-
not? We got enough
Hello,
other
Barry
fun going
Burns.
on. Barry Burns, hello. Haven't caught you before. Glad to hear you. Glad to see you.
Oh.
And that probably
Okay,
isn't your
got it.
best way to get acquainted
Oh
with
boy.
it.
You notice with this wing nut and
Goodbye,
pardon my
Barry.
French, but
Bye,
Pardon
Barry.
your
That's
French,
the
that
wrong
was
bud.
a
way to
brilliant
start.
thing. Ah, thank
Okay,
you.
Barry is out. He's out from StreamYard. I'm not on YouTube right now.
I
And
didn't.
apparently-
That's Jim Safford. Don't worry about it. You weren't even on my radar, dude. No, don't even worry about
No,
it.
but personally, Tim, I do appreciate your apologizing for it.
Thank you, but no need.
I'm gonna.
I
look
don't
at
even
YouTube.
know what he's referring to, honestly.
Make
Oh, that's
sure
okay. You know,
Comments don't go there either.
yeah, see, I'm looking at the YouTube as well. I've got us here, and then I've got the YouTube channel that everybody else is seeing over here.
Right.
I just don't have another. I've got a third screen. I just
Technical
don't have a
glitching
way.
over here.
I don't have anything to pop to it.
Right. There's Edgar. I'm just finding out that
Shadow
Edgar's
and
a
I have been
homeboy
invited
here.
to go tentatively. Okay,
I'm just finding out that
Barry
Shadow-
is out.
Ooh, somebody's got echo going.
I have to use this thing. That was me. It's
Ah.
paused now, and I was just.
Right.
I can't run both on this netbook at the same time. Okay. Hello, Rebecca Downs. Welcome to the Quantum Show. This is the panel discussion where we go
Hello,
over
Rebecca.
a whole bunch of stuff that I talked about in the first hour and whatever happens. And
It's
any
quantum.
trolls come in, they get kicked out. Yep, they get kicked out. We are quantum. It's quantum.
A bad
And
way
we
to
never know what's
begin
going to happen
with
with the quantum because it's true. Yeah, it's true until it's not true, and it's not true until it is.
You want to try that
Okay,
again?
well,
But
Rebecca's
first hour I talked
asking,
about now that I see going
Hey, that
through.
sounds very zen.
yeah, Rebecca's asking, what's a common topic here? Oh, good Lord.
Oh boy.
It's usually spoken in English.
Yeah, we're good at English.
Yeah, that's
The rest of it, not so much.
okay.
But I
Rebecca,
will
most of the time.
I will say that our biggest topic here is
Go ahead.
quantum,
Which is
Yeah,
everything.
pretty much.
which is
Yeah,
everything.
not mathematical quantum mechanics. That
Yeah.
is
I know.
one of the things we cover.
discussed
But
that
a
a few
main
times.
topic, yeah, paranormal for sure.
We'll talk about Sabine.
Yeah, but it's not a
She's really
focus
nice.
because people get this mixed up with a quantum mechanics show where we discuss the quantum computing and the observations of the universe. But then
Which is
again,
such
we
a
do that in our
slow-moving
own way
topic
through our
in
own
character.
lens. We don't. Yeah,
When you throw me in the
it sure
mix,
is.
then you got a real problem, huh?
And
Yeah, put a
Okay.
bunch of geniuses
Edgar,
together, and
when I
this is
can
what you
get back on
get.
YouTube, I will rinse you, bro.
Yeah,
But,
I just got figured
tentatively,
Joe.
Edgar told me. Say again.
Go
Kim.
ahead.
I was just gonna say, Joe's saying there's a bunch of geniuses here. I've considered myself a lot of things, and genius isn't even on the radar.
Well, you know,
Well.
we do have a token.
And Rebecca, other things that we've talked about are spiritual encounters and spirit communication. We've had contactee, a UFO, alien, off-world contact experience. We've got
The
astral
Anunnaki.
projection, the Anunnaki, all the old gods.
Some of the
we've
new
talked
ones,
about,
too.
Mhm.
Some of the
talked
fully
about-
dressed ones, too.
I'm not going anywhere. Well, I am.
Okay,
just on the
India,
outside world.
ancient Indian technology that's been dug back up. The pyramids, Stonehenge. Though I have never been there, so I can't really say much about Stonehenge. But the topic of technology, AI, tulpas, and golems. That was a favorite show of mine. I love that topic.
Occasionally
Golems.
conspiracy.
Some occasionally, we're part of it. We're part of the conspiracy.
We don't talk about conspiracy. We talk about fact before it becomes fact.
Right, pre-factual information.
That
Yeah,
happens
it-
sometimes.
Quite
Tim is saying it's
quite often.
Tim has got the perfect quote. It's like ancient aliens in a pub chat.
Yeah,
Love it.
Excellent, Tim. I like that.
I like it. Anybody care to take a trip with
Perfect.
Catherine?
Hey, that should be your second slide when you start the show.
That ought to be. I'm gonna.
He's
yeah,
right.
I'm
I
gonna
like
write
that.
that down.
Let's keep that.
I think that's absolutely brilliant there, Tim.
And I think I'm going to start the
You're welcome.
quantum spirituality show.
Oh, yeah?
That'll work.
That'll work.
Sure, why
Joe,
not?
do you actually have a show yourself?
I have a small channel that deals with almost anything, you know. I built a windmill to sit out in my front yard out of scrap parts. You know.
Oh, nice.
Fish, you know, one of my fish tanks is run off of solar power. You know.
Oh,
things like
I
that.
saw a fish tank on Facebook today that was absolutely priceless. Looked like about a 40-gallon tank. You know, just a normal fish tank, but it had a little glass air bubble in it, and it was set up on a stand. So the
Mm-hmm.
cats could go up on the stand under the fish tank and put their
Oh,
head
yeah, that's
inside
neat.
the fish tank without getting wet and leaving the fish there.
Yeah,
I'll bet they
they've
love
also
that.
they've also made bridges for fish to go from one tank to the other.
Oh, nice. I would have
Oh,
called that
that
a
is
tunnel
brilliant.
since it's got to be underwater.
No, it's above water.
How fun.
They have to swim up.
That's
Swim up and then
Siamese.
slide down, obviously.
I had a Siamese for years. He's quite old when he left us, and he'd get up on the thing to look at the aquarium, and one day things didn't work out for him. He ended up in the aquarium.
My brother had one that my brother had one that used to do that intentionally.
Well, he ended up in there, and the proud thing refused to get his tail wet to get out of it. I had to drag him out of there. He was drowning himself. What an idiot!
A buddy of mine, when he got his kitten, the kitten jumped into the fish tank and started chasing the fish around underwater. They called him Minnow.
That's fun. I'll tell you what, cats are nothing if not stubborn. Of course, I think Raven's more the expert about that.
her cats and her raccoons.
She has the link. She should be here soon.
Don't forget the possums. I mean, really.
Raccoons, possums.
Well,
steering in the car from inside the steering wheel.
One big happy fleet family.
See,
we put the fun back in dysfunctional.
That story.
I'm just looking at Edgar here in the chat room. I gotta tell you, Edgar, you're not supposed to be giving the beer to the cats. The beer's for the person.
Damn, I've been messing up.
Again?
What's this again thing?
No.
Again?
Again.
Still.
Oh.
I don't know.
I'm burning my pants here.
We are being guided back on track.
Oh, you got somebody saying this is it. Get it together.
I was cutting the foam and
Hey, it comes from the chat.
Okay, what's quantum lately?
Okay, well.
Well, we had an interesting experience on Thursday, didn't we, Joe?
Which one are you talking about? I had about 3 incidents on Thursday.
Me getting a headache and ending up being able to see.
Oh, yeah.
Well, they do say healing is painful.
They say what?
They say healing can hurt.
I wondered if I wasn't having a stroke, to be honest with you. But a stroke of good luck was closer.
Well, that's just it. You know, my little brother actually put it. He actually said his stroke was a stroke of good luck. Mine was just annoying.
That's the way to have it, I guess. Better than
But
not.
I will tell you, when I had mine, I went in, I couldn't walk, couldn't talk. 2 days later, and I told the doc on the Saturday, like the night before Christmas Eve, or before New Year's Eve, told the doc I was going home on New Year's Eve. What I didn't tell him was that I was going home because I had a Dungeons and Dragons game that we play every year for the last 20 years on New Year's Eve. I wasn't missing it.
Besides that, you were hosting, right?
Well, yeah.
I knew there was an ulterior motive there.
And here I am cutting up phone pieces for Dungeons and Dragons.
There's
And I don't
quantum
play.
for you, folks.
Mm-hmm. Yes, that's something
The
something
23
that I didn't. Tim
Enigma.
brings it up.
Yeah.
Yes, the September 23rd Enigma. That is something that's been popping up. I don't know if it's an agreement. It's all these television shows and some books and stories too.
I don't know that
I
much
have
about it.
noticed it.
You know,
I ignore
I really-
Yeah,
society way
if you
too
look
much.
at, yeah, I avoid society, but I'm into it enough to have seen that. There's, off the top of my head, throw some of these in, Tim. Big Bang Theory, and it was a Jim Carrey movie. 23rd of September. Those are the only two I can remember right at the
Groundhog
moment.
Day.
Simpsons has got to be in there somewhere.
Oh yeah.
Oh, Simpsons, yeah, Simpsons is definitely in there.
Well, I
And
was asked
Tim, what's a
about
couple
it, and
others?
I said no. Said no, not this time. I'm not having it. That's all. I haven't got.
Yeah,
I
it
don't
seems-
have time for that nonsense.
Ever since Y2K, things seem to just, I don't know, there seems to be a little increase in weird stuff. Family Guy had one too, right? And okay, we were moving right along, and it was more or less up and down, and then we had Y2K, and then things started going up. I'm gonna post up a little graph here, and then now things have just. This is how
Well,
I'm
things.
seeing.
Different ones have asked me about this 2-3 business. You know, especially about today, and I'll be honest with you. I trotted my lawn chair out backyard with the dog and had an iced tea. I got bored and I came in and had lunch. So, you know, and as far as I'm concerned, nothing happened today. Nothing.
Yeah,
of
I
any
keep finding
interest.
out about the end of the world and what have you after it's already over.
Right. You know,
Yeah,
now
I
I
was-
may be dead and I just don't know it. You know,
Well, for a minute there, I thought that said yak.
what is that?
Mhm.
It's a
What
graph.
is it? A graph of what?
My little graph where it says, this is time. This is time. This is the 80s, 70s, 80s, 90s, and things were bumpy, right? But then Y2K happened, and things started going up. Notable events started going up, and then get to generally now, and things are off the charts going up.
Okay.
World events. This is
Don't
my
ask me, man. I
observation.
saw
This
the
is not a
world a
fact.
long time ago.
Okay.
Have you ever heard the song "We Didn't Start the Fire"?
Yes.
And there's been
Oh,
events. And it's no different now. I mean,
Oh, I know, but none of them had ripple effects like they seem to have now.
People are just paying more attention to them.
you know,
Well, there's a big deal here too, and you've got to remember that our predecessors did not have internet, did not have television, did not have radio until the 20s and 30s. We are more informed than any of our previous generations.
And
That's-
dumber than fence posts.
Well, yeah, but we can look it up. It's all good. But the
Oh, sorry. That was
we're smart idiots.
Shadow.
oh, smart ass, whatever you like.
Have you guys met my
know.
son? Oh my God, that kid, he knows stuff. I have no idea where it came from. I mean, I know it came from the internet, but my God, this kid is just freaking, just big brain, crazy big brain.
Who?
When you, my son, you know, he's only
Yeah.
15, but he's spent, you know, he's got more of an education through the internet than anything else in life, and he is just absorbed it like a freaking sponge.
They do.
Well, he's clearly not going to get through the so-called educational system, but
Yeah, I mean,
He actually went to a really good school, K through 8. It was a dual immersion where they spoke English one day, Spanish the next day. So he's perfectly fluent in Spanish. He's teaching himself German right now. Just crazy smart. We are going to feel really bad when our kids and grandkids start teaching us stuff in a couple of short years, if not
How do you
already.
think I got on the internet?
How do you think I got that? I mean, heck, my new mic, I had to get my kid to install. Yeah.
I'll teach
Hey,
you
Justin.
I've been
why.
tech all my
Long time no
life,
see.
so that
This generation, you know, and I'll say this generation from the last 100 years has seen everything from horse and buggy up, all of it. Now,
yeah, some of the senators have too.
yes, well, maybe many of them, but we won't go there. This
We
is
have
not a
100-year-old
political show.
senators. And
Well, you know, if you
crazy
think
people.
about it, back when I was a kid and when some of us were kids, almost any 12-year-old, you hand them a you know, just a pin. They'll pick your lock or they'll hotwire your car.
Yeah.
Today they
That's
walk
just
out in
equivalent.
traffic.
But you know, it doesn't surprise me an awful lot that our children and our grandchildren are incredibly smart. You know, they can inhale any discipline they like through the internet. And I said inhale on purpose. You know, the thing
And-
is, and what we're for as parents is to teach them how to use it. Because we know
You're
how to
absolutely right.
use it.
Yeah, some of those kids, they run into a problem with their sound card. They go out and buy a new sound card.
Yeah.
I'd look and try to find the component because the component's only like 20 cents.
Right.
Yeah.
See, if I run into a problem with the sound card, I'll phone one of the people I know and go, "What do I do with it?"
Yeah. If you can't find it,
Right.
Frank can.
Well, when you would,
You know,
Pretty much.
or Joe or Nate.
or Joe or Nate.
Yeah.
Hey, you know, I almost called you,
Yeah.
Nathan. I was having troubles with my computer all week from Monday on with my brightness. Somehow my brightness got shot up to 100, so I was just totally whitewashed on my screen. And I had a couple of people try to help me. They couldn't figure it out. These are, you know, really, really, you know, computer savvy guys. Couldn't find it on the internet. Couldn't find it anywhere. And desperation. When was it? Like Thursday. I think it was Thursday or Friday. I had to be on another show, and I'm like, just fiddling around with my laptop, and oh my God, I fixed it.
Found your settings, huh?
Yeah, it was. We tried a bunch of things, but I just somehow like managed to thread that needle and just take the right exact route to get to that, because it wasn't like in my camera settings and stuff. It was just like basically a tech miracle for me.
See, that's
So,
the same
congratulations.
thing with the computer for me.
You know, I stumble onto stuff all the time. Frank's got to fix it, but I stumble onto it.
If I stumble on something, it's something that I bought that I forgot I bought,
Yeah.
and then it's a happy day because like,
Mhm.
oh my God, I forgot I bought this, and you know, then I make a video about it.
Was it the keyboard controller
is
for
it?
the brightness on your laptop?
I don't know. It could have been. Now that I think about it, because there are, you know, the F keys. It could have easily been one of the F keys that I just accidentally hit. It went. Because I mean, I'm you know, shadow. I'm not supposed to be at 100 brightness. I'm supposed to be at like, you know, 24 maybe. You know, otherwise I'm gonna have to give up my
Right.
my moniker there. You know, and I can't be doing that.
They just
I
want
already
to
got
make
it
sure you were
tattooed on my
white.
own.
Yeah.
Yeah, they just want to make sure
Edgar's
you're
saying
white.
tell Shadow and some of the news.
All right, shut up.
I don't have news.
Yes,
What
you do.
news are we talking about?
The radio.
I don't know, Edgar. What do you? Huh?
The issue that Edgar brought to your attention regarding the invite, the potential invite.
Oh,
Yeah,
right,
my
Shadow.
local radio station.
Yeah, KTSM AM 690 has told Edgar that they want to talk to you and I about them aliens. And I'm like, okay.
All
That's
right.
interesting.
I'll be there with bells on. Not literally, but you know,
Yeah.
I'll be
Are
there.
you sure you,
That ought to be cute.
want a 1 minute segment,
Yeah.
and they'll put words in your mouth?
I think
KRD's
we're.
been pretty nice. They've been pretty nice in the past.
All right.
We'll be there, man.
Okay, well, Edgar, I will message to you on Facebook Messenger when I get a chance to and get some more information from you, okay? Okay, good deal. And that would be interesting to be on a radio show, wouldn't it, Shadow?
Hell's yeah. Absolutely, dude. Dude,
And that's the
did
same
I tell
channel.
you? Did I tell you back in the day,
Huh?
or what? Dude, I said this is going to open up so many doors for you, man. You know, this is your destiny.
Yeah.
Embrace it. You know, it absolutely is, and I will be happy to have your back and watch you do what you were meant to do, man.
Well, they're asking for both of us, not just me.
Well, they just want somebody to crack some jokes while they're, you know. I'm good for at least a couple. Is that right, Keith?
Well, I will get more. I'll
Yeah,
get
yours
more
are
information.
intriguingly colorful on occasion.
Thank you, sir.
They stand out like a sore thumb for a gamer, but for standard people, might be a little entertaining. You just have to be careful where you go sometimes. Yeah.
Careful? Me? I can barely spell the word.
Hence why I said we have to be, because we know you're not going to be.
Hey, Shadow, why do
You.
witches hate spell checkers?
Oh, I don't know. Sounds like a dad joke. I'm ready. I'm braced.
Haven't got one to check the spells yet. They always just check the letters, not the spells.
Wah, wah, wah. That's a Hogwarts dad joke.
That was long before Hogwarts. That was like Catalee.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You know, like, why is midnight called the witching hour? Lynn
I didn't know there was going to be a test.
That was great.
No. Midnight's called the witching hour because that's when 8 o'clock ceremony finally gets started.
Yeah, that's not right. When it starts to roll.
You got to remember, procrastination is very overrated. You know, you never get anything accomplished. You know, I used to be so good at it. I did think about joining a support group for it, and then they kept postponing it.
Yeah, really.
And then you put off putting your certificate in the mail. I don't understand that.
What certificate?
He got a certificate for being one of the procrastinators once they got in there. It
Yeah,
only
but as soon as you get the certificate,
You
whoever
have to
sends it
keep
gets fired out
reminding
the
us
door.
every 6 months.
And it still took the 6 to 8 weeks, you know, to get delivered.
Yeah,
You know, this is why I'm a firm believer we should go back to the Pony Express.
Yeah.
You know, you used to be able to get a letter from one side of the country to the other in 10 days. Now you can't get it from one side of the city to the other inside a week.
I like that, Justin. That's good. No, it takes 4 hours for women to figure out what they're wearing the 8 o'clock ceremony.
Only to find out
that
that someone
really
wore the same
depends
thing.
on the coven, doesn't it, Joe?
Yeah, sometimes they don't have to worry about what they're wearing.
Or not.
Birthday suits work just fine.
Were you
Those
guys
are the
watching
old
my
days.
show earlier? Because I feel like you guys were watching my show earlier.
No,
Nope.
I didn't. I barely got here on time.
It's them vibes, man.
Them
Yeah,
vibes
it probably
and
is. It probably is. It's my density.
Oh my goodness.
So did everybody have a great week or what?
I don't
Well,
know.
I'm still breathing, no heart attack, so I'm good.
Everybody seems to be in a really good mood. I'm glad. I'm glad I got here. I was having a pretty good time with my show, but I'm like, it's about that time, folks. About that time.
yeah, well,
Yeah.
I don't know about eating out. I didn't have a good time with that.
I'm really sorry about that.
Mm.
That was not your fault.
Did you go to a restaurant that?
Okay, must be some behind the scenes I don't know about.
Oh, I got a hold of something. Didn't agree with him at all.
Uh,
Mm. Oh boy,
Lost
Yeah.
2 days.
I've been there for times like that.
Ooh, I had that happen many years ago. I ate at a Carl's Jr. and I love Carl's Jr. But I don't know what happened, but 2 days I was not a happy camper. That's
Yeah, the ex and I had gone to a New Year's Eve party. It was pork and kraut, so like usual. And we had our food, we went home, and we were deathly ill. And we couldn't get out of bed except to get to the necessary room. And that was, that was...
Mm.
I mean the name necessary.
We were standing there, and if you don't hurry up, there's not going to be a decent bathtub here,
God.
I heard when you called that very wrong, and that's all your fault.
The necessary room?
No. The pork and the actual meal.
Oh, God.
It took me a
Pork
minute
and
to
kraut.
realize you were referring to sauerkraut.
Oh, yeah. Sauerkraut. Not just kraut, but sauerkraut.
I'm a big fan.
Yeah, I like it. I've always liked it. Didn't eat it for several years after that, I can assure you.
Right.
Yeah,
Well,
so we didn't have salmonella poisoning. We got botulism.
Way to go. Nice
Oh,
upgrade.
yeah.
Right.
I tell you what, all the bells and whistles, too.
And this is the Quantum Show.
Yep.
Hey, today's
Dark
topic
side
is how
food.
sick can you go?
Justin, did we bring this energy over with us or what, man? Wow.
I'll tell you what, the good stuff this
Way
week
up,
for me has
way up.
been very good. That same dinner
Oh.
table where he got
there we
sick,
go.
I got a headache. I got a severe headache. And
Hey,
it was there and gone.
Speaking of headaches, has anybody noticed that you cannot buy aspirin anymore? Just plain old generic aspirin.
I have it, and I can get it.
I went to the store today just to buy some good old-fashioned aspirin, right? All I could find was aspirin with caffeine. You know what that does?
Mm-hmm.
Counteracts the whole point of the aspirin.
Well, the thing is like I don't ingest any caffeine whatsoever, and I know from giving up caffeine, what happens when you
You're
give
a
up
tweety
caffeine?
bird.
You get a freaking headache.
Uh-huh.
So you're taking aspirin to get rid of the headache that has caffeine in it, and then like a guy like me, I stop taking the aspirin, and what happens? I get a freaking headache. It's like water that makes you thirsty. Insidious as all get out.
Yeah, I don't take it for that reason. But my point was to all of that, and I told Keith earlier, I got a headache. It was nasty. I thought maybe I had too much ice cream or something. No, I can see.
Is there such a thing?
Well, there's
too
such a
much
thing
at
if you
one
have
time.
too much
Crazy.
in one mouthful.
You can do what?
If you have too much ice cream in one mouthful, it can certainly
No,
hurt.
no.
Oh yeah,
No,
brain
we had
freeze.
we had Isabella with us. That she would have taken care of that.
Oh yeah, absolutely. But Izzy is Joe's dog. But you know, after that brain freeze cooled out, I could see, and I thought, "Oh shucks, am I getting a stroke or what?" You know.
The stroke
Stroke of
worked
good
the other
luck.
way.
Yeah, it cleared. Whatever was in my head cleared. Got off the optic nerve.
The strokes, when you have them, but it screws your eyesight up the other way.
Yeah. Well, I'm backwards to a lot of stuff. My doctor hates me.
Hopefully not when you're driving.
I don't drive.
Yeah.
Well, pedestrians are certainly happy.
I'm going to give it a little while to have this settled back out before I try. But if I do try, it's going to be on the back roads out here.
Well, don't take
What
it
are
on
you
the
talking
back
about?
roads
It's
out
Las
here.
Cruces.
They've got cliffs.
It's all back roads. I'm sorry?
I said, don't try it on the back roads here. They all have cliffs.
I'm not going
Either
to
on one
Tiburon.
side or it's a drop on the other.
I'm scared to death up there. You know, when we're in the mountains like that, all I can see is the bottom of the cliff. You know, because I'm on passenger side, so I can look right over.
Oh,
And
there's a
it's like,
bonus.
ooh.
Oh, I haven't even taken her up in my Forerunner because
Well, not to worry about it, Lynn. The fall doesn't kill people.
I've heard
Stop
that.
at the bottom that causes the problem.
I don't know. I've heard about terminal velocity, but not from a car.
Oh yeah, I have. I've seen that happen. That's not funny.
No, I saw
Yeah,
a
Tim
guy.
was talking about-
right after he went by us. Hit the bridge
What's that?
fast enough to be a paint job.
Yeah, really, Nathan.
Tim was saying that his phone is a 5G phone, and whenever he gets emergency alerts, Amber alerts, things like that,
Uh-huh,
it
sure.
tends to burn him. And I have not experienced that, but my phone doesn't do 5G very well. It's kind of like that 4.5G that they came out with.
Yeah. I don't
And
even know
the
what
one I
ours
do
is.
have, yeah, the one I do have that's good 5G, it's not active on a line. It's that iPhone.
Well, it won't get any trouble if it's not active online. But I
It-
hear if you
it
put it in
can
the
re-
microwave, it'll charge it.
It can receive.
I'm not going to try it.
It can
You
receive.
don't.
It can receive through Wi-Fi.
Right.
Even if you
It
don't have
receives
cell
through
phone
Wi-Fi,
service.
but right, I'm not using 5G in the house. I use just 802.11, and it's not 5G. Just the regular standard, old school, not 5G Wi-Fi networking, 802.11 BGN. I think it's just G now.
Yeah, I'm pretty certain that's what they call Swahili for me.
Frequency
I had to
sets.
ask Frank, and I guess we do, but I haven't noticed it causing any trouble like that. Although when we had one phone that the battery made it awful hot over certain influx of information and I don't remember it was that specifically though.
Yeah, I don't know. I know I'm running an i7, and it overheats if I'm using it too long.
Yeah, well, my phone gets a bit warm, but it doesn't overheat or cause any trouble like that. So that's an interesting
Yeah, that would
concept.
be the battery. Yeah, the battery is discharging, and though when the battery discharges, it releases heat because of the chemical reaction in the lithium in the battery,
Right.
and it discharges some heat. They're supposed to be able to take that heat, but we've got lots of examples of them spontaneously catching on fire. So quality control has not been so great.
Like the Teslas going down the road and all of a sudden taking out a city block.
Yeah. And that's another good reason, because I don't trust the manufacturing of those lithium batteries, even though they're pushing that on us to get. Go ahead. Go.
Well, I'm just thinking this whole thing about going with these electric cars is one thing that doesn't make sense in specific. Everybody's talking about the strain on the electrical system, on the electrical demands, and they're forcing the idea of an electric car where you don't have the infrastructure to handle it at all.
I agree with you.
You're going to have to put photovoltaic panels on top of your house. That's all there is to it.
I was thinking of a target so that when they decide they're going to blow up the world, everybody knows where I live. Because I don't feel like repairing it again.
That's what I've always said. I don't want to clean up the mess.
Yeah, I don't know where I stand in that.
We've done this 5 times before. We'll do it again.
Yeah, we've gone through this a time or two, caused a few as well. So,
I'm innocent. I didn't do that. I simply worked with it.
The gods got angry and they decided that we needed to go. So
stubborn little creatures, aren't we?
Yeah.
I had another word for it.
I still want to do a regression. I still want to do a regression to find out.
Not from this distance. I'm not doing one.
Yeah, right. No.
I've already been through all that. I want to do it again.
Yeah, I want to find out where is all this stuff coming from. Because
memories.
The things, I mean, you all know what I've been getting into, and where does it come from? I don't know. I'm along for the ride, and I literally open the floodgates to say, "Come on, bring it all," and it's all coming on.
You're not expecting
if anybody in the chat, I don't know what I was expecting, but anybody in the chat who doesn't know what I'm talking about, I have gone over every experience I've had on this show. Maybe not on a panel, but I've gone over every experience and everything that I can remember happening that I'm reinterpreting now, from little kid to now. Yeah, Tim's saying it could be the battery. It could be if the insulation is not enough between the signal and the circuit for charging. It could be I don't know, maybe the regulator is getting warm because it's trying to tune out all that extra juice coming in that's unregulated, or the battery could be acting like an antenna. Who knows? I mean, the technology, though there are white papers on these batteries for these phones, they're not complete. They're not taking they're still in development. It's going to take another maybe 10 years to figure out all the weirdness that can happen with them out in the wild, and we're the wild.
Honestly,
I'm not wild, I'm domesticated.
One of the things they're not doing is saying what specifically is happening, these things that during the interim before that happens. They're not saying who, they're not saying what, they're not saying where, they're not saying how. They're just putting it out there. This that disturbs me a little bit in that you believe me, don't you?
I'm not sure I know.
I believe you're disturbed.
Well, I'm talking about.
I think I know what you're talking about.
I'm talking about the facts are that we keep hearing about these cars blowing up, but we don't hear about who that is. We don't hear about what was going on when it happened, or any of the other details of it. Nothing. Just, it blew up.
No,
well,
I've heard about a guy that drove home, stuck his Tesla on his home charger, walked in his house, and his whole garage was burning.
Mm-hmm.
Well, at least he got out of the car first.
Yeah.
That was a helpful thing. But we don't know who he is, do we?
Oh, yeah, the article did have his name. I
Did
don't
it?
know it off the top
Alright.
of my head, but it had his
But
name.
my point is though that the specifics of these things are not usually published. They're not usually talked about. So if they're gathering
There.
information, which I wonder, it certainly isn't from the public forum.
Hmm. Yeah, those cars are supposed to communicate back to Tesla, so.
Well, I don't think it can do that if it's on fire. Do you?
It depends on which goes first. If the battery starts catching on fire, and the radio's up in the front of the passenger compartment, not down with the battery, yes, it has a chance to communicate.
Okay.
So what does it do? Phone 911?
No, it calls Tesla.
Ah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Joe,
Good,
if you
I
have
got
the
it.
Happened
article,
to the owner.
please post it.
Yeah. Never mind what happened to the owner. The car is programmed to call Tesla.
Yeah, the car has a SOS
Well,
built
we're
in for
expendable.
lots of
We know
different stuff.
that.
I'm sorry, but maybe I missed something here. I thought maybe you're going to make your car smart. Can we try and protect the people you're putting in it?
And
I
the
don't
people
think
on the
that's the
street.
agenda.
I mean, what are they doing next? The safety mechanism. Your car goes into trouble and it fires the ejection seat to get the passenger out.
And
Good
drops
luck.
them in
I
the
don't think
middle
they
of
have
a 55
ejection
mile
seat
per hour
Well, yeah.
freeway.
Hey, it's out of the car. It's all good.
Well, he wasn't in the car. It
I'm looking
wasn't
for
our
an
fault.
article.
Justin is saying the car calls Tesla so you can be rescued. How delusional is that? I don't know. That doesn't sound right. I don't think Tesla gives two craps about it.
I'm thinking if they want you rescued, call 911.
Yeah, seriously, I don't think I would call Tesla. Please hold. Your call is very important to us.
Excuse me, I'll get back to you in an hour. I gotta go grab coffee.
Yeah,
It's
seriously.
data, so it doesn't go like that, but that's all right.
Yeah, it just gets dumped into a loop and you never see it.
Yeah, you
But,
get this.
you
You
know.
get this
Oh,
little
it goes-
beep, and that's the data.
Yeah.
I think we got
I'm
shadow
looking
in the
for the
background.
article. There are so many articles about them catching on fire,
Hmm.
but not that
Well,
specific.
let's all rush in and get one.
Oh, wait a minute. Here it
Really
is.
simply should be really considering a battery that's not lithium. I think it's just way too volatile.
And I don't know anyone who has run their Tesla dry without having the ability to charge before it totally runs out dry.
I have seen one
Tesla
video about that,
first aid?
but the guy had a little Honda generator in the back of his car, so he had to stop somebody else to get gas.
Right.
Okay. All right.
saw that
Justin,
video too.
I will concede. The thing is, again, I have no background information. That's my problem. I
And
don't know
Tesla's
anybody who
Tesla's responsible.
for it.
Tesla's responsible to give you the background information.
I don't think so.
Do
I
you
don't
have
think
time
Tesla's
to
responsible to anybody.
Do you have time to take that information in a day, along with everything else?
Huh.
Yeah, that's my problem.
There
I'm
you go.
trying to
Link
do
is
that,
coming
but it
up.
doesn't work.
See, I get a kick. We've got cars phoning people. I like my cell phone. I can leave my cell phone on the dining room table, 30 feet up the hall, and come back to the bedroom, and my phone will phone somebody. Yeah, we just bypass the whole idea of pocket dialing.
Oh yeah, one of the household assistants is supposed to be laughing when in the middle of the night. All of a sudden, it will start laughing. I forget the name of it. Yeah, there it is. I heard it.
That would be hey Siri. No, it'd be
Yeah.
That would be the Alexa.
You cut out, Nathan.
Yeah, early on in the Model 2 Alexa, there were so many people saying, if you ask it about the CIA, it just shuts off, and if you ask it certain things, it'll just laugh, or it'll just randomly laugh in the middle of the night, or turn on when no one's around.
Gee,
Like
that
seen
sounds
on
like
a
an
ring cam.
place around my house.
Yeah, that happens around the house so much
surprised that I don't
I
have half
wouldn't
these
notice
robots.
it.
Yeah, I got half of these robot things I got around here. None of them have come alive yet, and I kind of encourage it.
See, you've got electronics that won't come alive. And I got this little monster. This is the one I get a kick out of. This little guy came alive in my son's room.
What is it?
It's a hand puppet.
Oh boy.
Oh.
Like, it is just literally a hand puppet. Right? But he was laying on the counter in my son's room, and all of a sudden he does this. Well, for some weird reason, my son grabs hold and runs into my room and hands it to me and goes, "You keep it."
Well, he knows who'd bring it to anyway.
I had to toss that thing in the fireplace.
Why? In my eyes, it's a neat little novelty. That's why I got the skull behind me.
It's too close to being a clown.
Oh.
I throw them in the fireplace too.
Got a buddy that you would really get along with. He hates clowns with an absolute passion.
I was going to say, we got enough around here. I don't need one sitting up and talking to me.
Hey, he comes in the room every once in a while. What is he, 40 years old now?
Something like that, yeah.
Sorry about that, folks.
Oh, wow.
Hey, go use the restroom if you need it.
No, that was the sound of the 747 going over my head. You know.
Well, at least it didn't do like the F-101s going over our place when I was a kid. They went over our house and detonated.
Oh, gee.
We had 3 of them pull that off.
Oh, we just throw airplanes at the mountains over here.
Yeah. Edgar says the aliens are flying by.
But
They're quiet. What are you talking about?
I was going to say, they don't let
Yeah,
anybody
monkey.
know they're coming.
They don't fly by, they stop. Come to think about it, I don't know if that's lucky.
I still got coffee waiting for the click clack if they ever want to come by. I still got coffee waiting. I got an over bug they could use.
Yeah, but they're nice
They're
people.
tall,
A little
they're
odd
big
on
guys.
occasion, but they are nice people.
Some of them were even.
Yeah. Wah, wah, wah. Yeah, the one I talked to was pretty cool. Yeah, if anybody in the chat, yeah, I have been in contact. It was very fleeting and unannounced, so I couldn't get very much from it. But he was polite, he was nice, and he acted like he was getting in trouble for talking to me, or he could get in trouble for talking to me.
Oh, yeah,
So
absolutely could.
he
They're not
tried to
supposed
tell me stuff, but it didn't make it.
They're not
Yeah,
supposed to talk to you.
I reached out and I cold called them, and it worked. I love it. I had the image in my head of the picture you showed, Keith, and I was like, I'm looking for you. I was like, I'm looking for you specifically, and somebody answered. It was awesome. Confusing, but awesome.
Well, there's an awful lot
Because
of
he was
information
sending-
they have that you can't relate to anything else.
Yeah.
That's hard to figure out.
Right. He was sending his
Yeah.
he was sending his HDMI signal to my SVGA port, and I didn't know what to do with it.
Yeah.
Well, this is why I love the alien invasion movies, where let's take a human computer and link it up to one of theirs to create a human-style virus to work on their computer.
Yeah, it was pretty ridiculous, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Well, I thought it was great. You know, it's a great storyline.
Oh, that was
Really enjoyable to watch. But the number of people that bought into it going, oh, that's how we can do it. It's like, okay, I'll tell you what. Take an abacus and hook it up to an IBM.
Yeah. It's the same thing, huh?
You know?
It's well.
I honestly, I've seen them.
pretty much.
I've seen their computer, and there's no part of us that can relate to it, can
Sure there is.
understand it.
You just have to understand they work on a biomagnetic flux holographic interface.
There's no part
I
of
know
us
of one
that
person who's
understand any
familiar
part
with
of
that.
it.
Yeah, there is one person that is not in this room that might understand some of that, and that's David Adair, and he ain't talking. I've sent him messages, and he won't reply. I think he's wrapped up with some project over in the Middle East right now.
Well,
Well,
you know, all of
I
our
don't know who the guy is, but I wouldn't be a shock to find him tied up over there.
What's that, Joe?
you know, all of our computers work on a binary system.
Right.
Yet, there is a trinary state in our computers.
Yes.
That's what they're using. They're using the trinary state.
They have to.
Yeah, you double all your computing speed and everything else by using the trinary state.
Well, 3 is a sacred number. It would make sense.
Mhm.
Well, when you think about it, and I'm going to get in trouble for this one, but what the heck?
Oh, we both got in
Einstein
trouble.
gave people the theory of relativity. The problem was they couldn't understand it, so he gave them what you got. The theory of relativity is literally 1 plus 1 equals 3. And it's not math. And that's what throws people for a loop, is they kept
Yeah.
looking at the numbers going, well, that's a mathematical equation. And it isn't.
Yeah, the Golden Dawn seemed to understand that. Did you read any of their works?
Oh, me read? No. I am one of the worst read people you'll ever run into, and I definitely don't research. Which is probably not a good thing in some ways, but at least I don't get the stuff I get that doesn't add up.
Right. I have found that not researching leaves me open to what's actually there, so I don't have a bias when I do come across something happening to me. Yeah,
well,
David
you know,
Adair,
On the
he
same
has a
on the
legal
same
loop.
point, we research everything here.
You know,
Yep.
Yeah, I research a whole lot of stuff, and I try to explore something otherwise before I do any research on a computer or asking around or reading anything. I try to feel it out, and I don't know if I'm expanding mind thing, but I try to feel it out, and I seem to get the right trail to go in the Muggle world to do the research.
Well,
Yeah.
That
that's
makes any
where
sense.
you and
You
I
know,
are
I like,
similar
does this
and
feel right?
dissimilar at the same time. I don't research any of it unless we count the feeling it outside. And then I let you guys figure out the technical
Okay.
translation.
But it really bakes your noodles
Yeah, that's
when we
true.
can do it.
Yeah.
You know, what gets me is how many of the alien species that we've found share DNA. Haven't understood that.
Oh, looky there.
It's like they
Hi,
have
Raven.
some common ancestor.
Look what the cat dragged
Yeah,
in.
depending on which ones, there's a few commonalities I have found. But I do agree with you there, Joe. How you doing, Raven?
Good. How are you? Hi.
I'm still breathing.
Well, that's
Hi,
good.
Raven. Hi, Raven.
My computer's still
Raven,
catching up.
hello, Raven.
Hello. Hi, Joe. Hey, thanks for coming by the show Wednesday.
I got your poor screener upset, but that's all right.
We talked to him after the show. It's all good. It's all good.
I got it straightened out.
Oh, poor Jay.
He just really wasn't expecting all that, I don't think.
It's okay. It's okay.
If you want the intellectual answer, I'm there.
Well, I'd love to have you on the show. You'll have to come on the show sometime if you would.
Second fiddle.
Second fiddle.
Second to whom?
It can be you. It can be Nathan. I don't care.
I was thinking Raven's on there, so that makes it easy. Your second fiddle right off the bat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, as a guest. I'll be a second fiddle for the guest.
Okay. Okay.
Well, I guess he's going to have to come on with one of us then.
Yeah. You come on with.
1, 2, 3, not it. No, I'm kidding. I'd be happy to hang out. Oh, sorry, guys.
Yeah, you're the only one on this panel that hasn't been on the show yet.
That's true.
All of you have been on.
Well, now you're stuck.
Yeah,
No,
man.
I'm not. No, I'm not.
Yeah, never tell a game master
This-
you're stuck. This just
this is
doesn't work
stuck.
well. Yeah, if there's one
Well,
thing
how's
as
it been
game
going,
masters we
Raven?
found out.
Okay. It's been okay. This week has been weird. It's been heavy. And I had a couple times where I really thought that where I had a conversation with someone and that topic came up again with somebody else, and I had like, okay, for example, okay, I was talking about with
The
you,
synchronicity of it.
yeah,
Yeah.
but they already, okay, I was talking about trying to do like a seance or something fun for Halloween here on the panel, and could that even be done, and so on and so forth. And then a couple days later, I find out that I'm signed up to do a seance for a thing on 1-2 Radio, and I was like, did I talk? Maybe it was Jay I talked to and not Nathan, and just had lots
Who
of
are you
things
calling
happen.
up?
Yeah, well, and I didn't talk to any of them about it, but they just had decided to do that and stuck me on the panel for that.
So you were
Now-
voluntold.
Yeah, but it was just weird because I already had that idea and wanted to do it with this panel. It was just weird stuff like that all week long. But I thought the energy this week was really heavy. Did anyone else feel that way?
Did you think it was heavy?
Yeah.
I
Huh.
didn't find it heavy.
Yeah,
I
there have
found
been
it
some-
annoying, but
I found it
Synchronicities.
nauseating.
Heavy or hectic? I got more hectic this week. Not so much heavy.
Oh, you
Hectic,
don't have to
I
worry
felt
about it.
I got more
hectic.
heavy.
when
I
you
got-
think about it, you really don't have to worry too much. There's a YouTuber, I don't know what her name is, that came on YouTube, obviously. And apparently it's not bad enough we have a shortage of oil and land and food. We now have a shortage of gravity. We're running out.
It's technically
I
impossible.
keep throwing myself against it, and it just keeps sucking me in.
How dumb do they
No.
think we are? That's absolutely just ridiculous.
That's so funny. Well, that's actually a good thing around here because the cats love to knock everything on the floor, and gravity is just not my friend. And so that's actually good news. We've got a shortage of gravity. Made my
This
house
is
working
just
just
the
fine in
argument
your
against
house.
the flat earthers. You know, the earth can't be flat because the cats would knock everything off.
That is so true. I don't know what that is with those little creatures. They just knock
Well-
everything on the floor.
Listen, if you're overdoing it over there, that could account for everything.
Yes.
Cats, I mean.
I don't have any in my house anymore.
You got all those cats knocking shit down. No wonder we have a gravity problem.
Yeah. Yep, they're the total reason for all the imbalances. Yes.
It's a good thing this show was planned out there.
I heard that running out of gravity thing.
I did
Yeah,
too. I thought
awesome.
it was absolutely absurd.
Yeah, perfect.
I mean, what?
Going right along plan.
And
Listen,
next thing they're going to tell us is we're running out of blue.
Yeah, I heard that
Uh-oh.
gravity
What?
thing, and I was like,
Blue.
The blue.
Like the color blue. We're
Yeah.
running out of blue.
I've heard that already.
or
I have done that.
magnetism.
I have done that when I was an artist, doing a lot of artistic stuff. I'd run out of blue faster than anything else.
No,
So I
I've
can
heard that
relate.
from our roofers. They're running out of blue tiles.
No, that's a Hawaii thing, right?
No, that's local.
Well, I mean before.
Why
think
do
it's
we want
probably
blue
because of
Well,
tile?
these people ain't never heard of paint.
Why do we want blue tile?
Yeah.
Because the
that?
directed
Yeah,
energy
Hawaii.
weapons won't incinerate our homes. It'll pass
Oh.
over it.
Well, apparently somebody's
Yeah, the
son-in-law sells blue tile.
Well, I found out a very bizarre way. All you need if you desire a blue paint job, get slate top, and go live in Northern Ireland where you can get the salt water. Then it'll turn blue and you don't have to use paint.
That's
Good
concept.
point.
Crisis
Yeah,
averted.
Yeah.
Then I had to move to Ireland. No.
You could
Of
put a
course.
sign out front, and blue is not allowed on the roof here. And just find out how quickly that fills up. It's enough
That's why I
passive
like-
aggressives around here.
I saw a sign on Facebook one day. It was priceless. The local neighbors had complained about this guy's dandelion problem on his front lawn because they were all very upper class, as it were. They all complained, and so the landlord comes to him and says, the property manager goes, "You have to do something about your dandelions."
So
The
he plants
very
more?
next day, the guy put a sign up: "Free dandelions. Take as many as you want."
Well,
Hey,
they're
dandelion
goodies.
wine?
Dandelion greens, fried dandelions with a little bit of bacon.
Dried-
Hey, howdy,
dried-
good eating.
They're medicinal.
Dried dandelion roots? Use them in
This
place
is
of
our
chicory?
segment of Good Eats by Quantum.
Hey. Let's not get into butchering. For some reason, that leads us off to strange directions.
Apparently it does. Now I was
Oh, I don't
talking. This is our food segment, folks. If you need a snack.
Yeah.
I got confronted by somebody in the grocery store one day, and she looks at me and she goes, "Hunting should be banned. Nobody should be allowed to hunt at all. They should all have to go to the grocery store and get their meat where no animals are killed."
Well,
It's
pretty soon
amazing
it'll
how
be
many
that way.
people think so.
Pretty
Well,
soon
the
it'll be that
butcher
way. They're
did
doing
point
it.
out that she was right. They don't kill the animals there.
Well, I'm talking about lab-grown meat.
Ooh.
Oh,
found a
can't-
What
study
they
about
make
that.
in the lab is not meat.
I know it's
will.
not.
Those
but
are
they're
cancer
trying
cells.
to, they're right now they're marketing it to
Yeah, I was
restaurants.
about to say that.
Mhm.
They're using tumor cells because they're rapid growth, and they call them infinity cells or immortal cells. And
Yeah, well, guess where
I'm
that's
I,
going.
I will not
There's your
comply.
zombie
I'm not.
apocalypse.
I'm opting out of that shit.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, sorry, that's a restaurant I won't eat at.
Yeah. Well, they'll probably
Yeah.
never tell you, and they'll still charge you an arm and a leg. You think you're getting a filet mignon, and you're not getting a real filet mignon. You're getting
Oh.
something. Yeah.
Yeah, there's just
I'd
so
rather
much
just
wrong
have
with
fish.
that. I don't mind the idea of eating meat. I have a problem when the meat eats me.
Mm.
Oh, so you have problems with
Meatballs,
pineapples?
huh, Justin?
Justin.
Justin wants meatballs just to make sure that a flat earther won't come after him.
Comes a little bit of
Okay,
GUFON.
moving.
Hey, that's a spicy meatball. If they do that over on GUFON. Say, Ma, meatballs. He's Italian,
Okay, I
and his
get
mom
it.
plays along with it when she's around.
I'll tell you what. I was
It's
with
good.
I had a Italian boss. He was a good fella, in more ways than one, and he loved Italian food. He really
Right.
did, and he had a dance group called Agaglioli Italiano, and
Pardon
just
you.
simply the Italian dance group. Pardon me?
I said, well, pardon you.
Yes, seriously. But I'll tell you what, I never met a bunch of people that had such an energetic way of greeting each other and me. You know, screaming, how are you? You know, good. Where have you been? You know, wonderful bunch of people. Hobbies notwithstanding, of course. So, anyway.
Right. My
Did
connection
Shannon
keeps
go away, or is
resetting
he
over
just
here.
on video hold?
He's on.
I don't
he's
know.
in backstage. He just
Oh.
got his
Ah.
stuff turned off.
He might have gotten a phone call. He
Yeah, I'm
tends
having
to
my
on
connection
Saturday
keeps
night.
resetting.
Mm.
Yeah. So if I cut out, just hang out. I'll try to be back.
Okay.
Yeah, we had that happen a little while ago, a couple of weeks back. I think it was a couple of weeks back.
A couple of months back.
Yeah.
Well, I've always
Every
been
show.
temporally challenged. I mean, let's face it, I
Yeah,
haven't been
Justin,
able to
you're
track
right.
time since I was a kid.
You look hungry. Eat of this. Oh, they will too. They'll feed you
Yeah.
up almost as fast as a Mexican mama will, or a Jewish one.
Well, you ought to know about the Jewish one.
No, don't you?
Don't ask me. I mean, somebody offers me food, I'm usually quite into it, depending on what it is. There are certain foods I'll look at you and go, well, thanks for the threat.
Don't give me any jalapenos.
No jalapenos. No, that's a bad deal, huh?
That was
Yeah,
a bad deal.
I used to eat jalapenos, but I've tapered that way out.
I've come to like them somewhat. Depends on how hot they are. I like chili better, and that can range from quite mild to holy hell. And you know,
Now, how do you get holy hell?
Gringo
how
to
do I get
Korean.
holy hell?
Oh, you send the angels down for a hot tub party.
They have the party and then they go home. So I don't know.
I
We're
just thought
making
I'd
this
ask.
stuff as we go along. I mean,
I'll tell you
Coffee.
what. I'll
Be right
tell you
back.
somebody's good food. Frank makes enchiladas that are amazing. They are so good. First dish he ever made for me. Absolutely terrific.
Mm-hmm.
He says, you don't eat that stuff. You eat some of mine. You'll get some good food. And it was very good. I kept him. He's
And
all
there
right.
is- So that was the trigger. It's like you can cook, you can stay.
Yeah. I'll tell
I
you
should have
what.
used that rule on my wife then.
Seriously.
I told my other half, if she's coming up here expecting me to actually be able to cook, it's a really bad expectation.
My wife took 3 pounds of very fine ground chuck, a can of tomatoes, and made a tire patch out of it.
That took talent.
A tire patch?
You got to give her credit. That's
What's
creative cooking at its finest.
Not creative eating though, but it was creative cooking.
Still walking on those souls, aren't you? I don't know. I got not a whole lot of places to go with that. My mom was a terrible cook and preferred sewing. And I started cooking when I was 6 years old just to save myself, And but I'm passable. And now maybe I can get in the kitchen a bit more now that I can see what's going on there.
I
See, I
don't
had a
think so.
problem.
I don't think so. It was hard enough for me to get in the kitchen. I had a knife.
My kitchen or
Your
yours?
kitchen. Your kitchen.
Yeah, he announced to me the other day, "Get out of my kitchen. I got things to do here." I'm like, your kitchen.
I have a problem. I can't track time, can't track space, and my taste buds don't work. The kitchen is not my friend.
No, it's not. Not with those circumstances.
Yeah, he only has 2 inches on me, and I have training, martial arts training, and he wanted to try to kick me out of the kitchen. That didn't work. But
Did he get rid of you?
No, I stayed in there and did what I needed to do to help.
Well,
I think he wised up.
Well, he decided that it wasn't worth fighting over.
That was wise of him.
Oh, yeah. I don't know. It's his kitchen. I'm not going to say one way or the other.
I wonder if he's listening.
I think he is.
Probably.
I think he is. Favorite food, right off the top. What's yours, Keith?
Liver. Liver
You
and
like
onion.
liver? Oh, you are coming to the right house.
Oh
Okay.
my God, no.
Oh,
Really?
yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
I
hell
hate
no.
the stuff. But
Oh,
but
God,
it makes it very good.
Oh God, I can't stand the smell of it. Oh God, ugh.
I used to live in this one restaurant, and the guy, they split the restaurant up, and the guy comes out to me and he goes, "Look, if I'm cooking in the dining room or in the camp, doesn't matter. You want your liver and onions, you come and talk to me."
Oh my God.
Well, the guy
Well-
can make liver and onions and melt it.
Well, Frank and the guys all like liver. I can't stand the stuff unless it's chicken liver. And then I'll
Yeah.
tolerate it.
Any liver. I mean, think what the liver does in the body. How gross. How can you eat that?
Oh,
Ugh.
It holds
you cut it up a
every-
little
With a
bit,
knife and a fork?
you chew it and swallow it, just
Oh,
like
God.
everything else.
It holds
hell
every
no.
nutrient the body needs. All of it.
Yeah, while you're still breathing, though.
Yeah. Well, that's your
You
problem.
don't eat it while you're breathing.
I like liver, I just prefer the animal dead first.
Yeah, I prefer it. So,
Yeah, I'm with
so-
Raven.
so I thought that you didn't care for liver. Am I wrong about that?
Yeah, I'm not a fan unless it's like ground up in a sausage, and I don't know about it. Then I don't want to. Yeah, I don't want to know.
Well, that's another matter. But Joe, you don't like liver, do you?
Not at all.
Okay. Not my favorite either.
Well, I told you I was an oddball.
Well, it's okay. These guys love liver. I'd rather go hungry than eat that. But
Okay, what's your favorite food?
mine, absolute top of the line, I would have that 5 days a week is schnitzel.
Schnitzel.
Yep.
What is that? I've heard of it, but I don't know what it is.
breaded pork cutlet with gravy, mashed potatoes. That is
That's a
my
good choice.
absolute favorite.
Hmm?
Haven't had that for quite a while again. Need to get it out.
I'm a junk food junkie. If I could live solely on potato chips, That's pretty much what my heaven's going to be like when I get there. It's just going to be a grocery
It's
aisle with
gonna
every
be
kind of potato
Cheetos,
chip
huh?
on either side.
Man, you'd be in absolute heaven with a little bit of weed.
Oh yeah. Just a teeniest little bit of the sacred herb there.
Been there, done that. Those days for me are long gone.
Yours too, eh?
Yeah.
All right, Joe, what's yours?
I really like
Well-
remembering where I put my keys.
I like deer.
I'm glad you forgot.
I
I'm
like
gonna
eating
leave that alone.
Bambi.
Deer?
Yep.
Okay.
Well, this
Prepared
stage,
how?
What?
Prepared how?
Oh, soak it in milk overnight, then fry it. Just enough to heat up the outsides. The interior remains raw.
Amen, Justin.
what is it?
Deer meat.
Deer.
Oh, deer meat. Oh, sure. Sure, we
Oh
make
yeah,
that
eating
here.
eating it that way is fantastic. I definitely
always
would agree
good.
with you there.
I
I don't get enough of it, and so I figured I was getting too much hamburger, so I went and bought a leg of elk.
there you go.
Did you
No,
have a
it's not
freezer
allowed.
big enough?
Huh?
Did you have a freezer big enough?
I do. I've actually got 2 freezers here.
Oh, okay.
All
Okay,
right.
Nathan, what's your favorite food? We're going around
Favorite
and telling
food?
favorite food. Yeah, while you were
Yeah,
gone.
we went sideways on you because you weren't here.
We turned it into the
Okay.
food channel.
Every
Good
live
steak.
stream is a food channel.
Right.
at
It's
some
the
point
Quantum
during
Food
the
Channel
episode.
again.
This
Yeah.
is
Yep.
the Quantum Food Channel.
Yeah.
It's that
Yeah.
segment, you know.
I have to say, I'm not sure if I have a favorite food or not. It's not it would be some kind of pizza. There it is, some kind of pizza.
Well, we'll serve the deer on his pizza.
With a side of chips.
Deer on pizza is okay.
Strawberries.
Okay, how about if we make it really good?
Sometimes.
We'll put liver and potato chips and strawberries,
Yeah.
and we'll call it a pizza.
That,
I
that,
don't know
sounds
about
like,
that.
that sounds like an actual stoner pizza. Dude, you know what would be great right now?
What?
Strawberries and liver and chips on a pizza.
Hell yeah. Why not? Let's give it a go. Raven, how about you? What's your favorite?
I was just gonna say pizza, probably pizza or spaghetti. But I like pizza noodles over mashed potatoes too. My grandmother would make homemade noodles, and she
Oh,
made pizza
dumplings.
noodles.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. And it's got to be served with raw jelly beans.
And I love blueberry crepes. Crepes are so good. I could just eat crepes every day, all day long.
Crepes I don't have a problem with, but put grits on the table and you can keep them.
Yeah, grits are disgusting. Crepes are. Oh God.
Crepes I
They're
like.
disgusting.
Grits, I did give them an honest try once, and that was more than enough.
I've never actually had a crepe or grits. Do they make grit crepes?
I hope
Crepes.
Or
not.
knock them out at
You
the
know-
same time?
Mm. I
I
like
know.
crepes all right. I like them with gooseberry jam.
Fresh
I thought
blueberries.
gooses laid eggs, not berries.
Oh boy.
Gooseberries inside.
And we're just gonna leave where that can go alone.
Why?
Nobody ever had gooseberries? I think they're rather rare in this country now.
I
We don't-
honestly don't know if we've got them. I know we got
I may
Saskatoons up
have, I
here.
don't know.
And blueberry, if you've got blueberries or ability to have those or blackberries, gooseberries probably do all right.
Is that what they
They're
taste
in
like?
the catalogs.
Gooseberries kind
Yeah,
of
there
are. To me, they taste a little bit grapey.
Are they a dark berry or red?
No,
or...
they're white. They're actually
white?
kind of transparent.
Oh,
Then again,
okay.
if you put a purple, if you use Sarah skin, you get purple. So, or red, depends on what kind of gooseberry, of course.
Mhm.
That's
Oh.
been long ago and far away that I've ever had jam. My aunt used to make gooseberry preserves and stuff like that. She had a gooseberry bush, blackberries, blueberries.
Yeah, we had a blackberry tree where I grew
think I
up.
know what you're talking about.
Sorry?
I think I know what you're talking about. My aunt did too. And I remember something about, yeah, they're clear and white.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Yeah. Okay, I know what they are. Yeah, my aunt had this.
Yeah.
Yeah,
She and
made this.
my aunt used to make salsa, which is also quite good. It's a vegetable oyster that it tastes like oysters. It's quite good. But finding salsa in a grocery store, give that up.
Hmm.
I'm pretty
It's just like pawpaws.
That helps.
Yeah, pawpaws. Salsa, I wouldn't even know how to make it now. It's been that long ago.
See, we had a year when I was still married. We had a situation where the in-laws had too many zucchini, and we found out how to make zucchini jam.
Oh yeah,
Zucchini bread, zucchini jam.
God.
Zucchini jam. Oh, wow.
Pancakes. Edgar, you gotta have zucchini pancakes.
Yeah, they're good.
They are quite good. Make a sort of cinnamon bread from it. I haven't had any zucchinis dropped off here this year. I'm sure that somebody will.
This year, it
Maybe not.
It did not rain
That's right.
until after the garden had. My water containers were totally dry by midsummer, and
Yeah.
we did not get the monsoons here.
No, it didn't happen. We have a
Well,
little
I
bit of
couldn't
rain
believe
this
it.
last week.
Yeah. I couldn't believe it when I heard that California made collecting rainwater illegal.
What?
Yeah, so they got a drought.
That's
right
actually a myth.
afterwards.
That's no longer actually true.
Oh, good.
If it was true, I couldn't find any records of it.
Some
Last year
cities
during the drought, I was looking that up, and I couldn't find it on any of the books.
Oh, good.
Some
It's like
cities in the
Jiffy
state
and
of
butter.
Washington, that was true.
Yeah, just not California. Even during the drought, which was like 2 years, and if it was, they scrubbed it, or it's just one of those urban
Yeah.
myths or misconception.
I don't think it was a myth. My sister lives in Long Beach, and they weren't allowed to pick it up.
I knew of people that actually got arrested for it.
Why?
What?
What the? Why? That's so crazy.
Well,
I agree with you.
I mean, I understand that Newsom's got a bit of a god complex, but I don't think it's quite that far yet.
I mean, why would you make collecting
The
rainwater?
logic behind the
rain covers
rainwater
nature.
barrel ban.
You can't make money.
Yeah, the logic behind the
That's
law
why.
was it's not being filtered or cleaned or maintained by the city, so it is out of standard. That was the logic behind the law. I remember reading about that a long time ago.
It
And I've got
also
a
is a breeding ground for mosquito.
No, it's
That's
not.
what I heard. And-
I've got a wire screen and gravel on top of mine. Let's see
Yeah.
a mosquito get through it.
Well, if you talk to the doctors up here, we've got a good custom check. Because apparently Lyme disease cannot get across the border into Canada. I didn't see the entire doctors up there were intelligent.
That's what we should do with COVID. Just make it illegal and it'll all be all right.
Yeah, that's a brilliant idea.
Just,
Some of the absurd shit I hear. Pardon my French.
That wasn't French.
Oh, Wow. Any idea what language it was? I mean, I'd like to know if I was bilingual. That might have just been standard English.
Well, you should know whether you're bi or not anyway, but
Laird is
I'm
French
not
for shit.
sure about Colorado, Tim.
I can't claim that one, sorry. So,
Nice deflect there, Nathan. Just ping, ping. Or were you doing a Professor X? Just
well, here is a nerd's nerd.
I was in Colorado,
saying
but
that was known as the
I don't know about
Rainwater
Colorado right
Capture
now.
Act of 2012. Thank
What is
you.
that? What is the latest on these alien bodies? Is it
well, I
even
can't
something new?
tell you the veracity
there is no
behind-
news on that.
yeah, it was just a quick distraction from
Go
whatever
ahead.
was more important that day.
Well, I just find it interesting that they resurrected
Yeah.
that story. I found I had found and put in the chat room Wednesday in my chat room the article, the whole story behind those alien mummies and when they were discovered and how they were discovered and so forth back in 2017. And interesting that they saved that,
Yeah.
you know, for now. It just goes to prove the point that they are.
Yeah, that whole
using
news story has
something
been
else.
obscured.
Yeah.
That
Yeah,
was
that
embarrassing.
whole
to
news
get
story
caught like
has
that.
been obscured. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
it
like
has.
there were 4 total that I'm aware of, okay?
Yeah.
And 3 of them were nothing like the 4th one. And the 4th one is the one that was really something, right?
Yeah. Maria.
And I believe the
They
4th
called her
one was the
Maria.
first one that was debunked in 2017, but they didn't do a whole lot of research back then. And they didn't do CAT scans. They didn't do all, they did that stuff recently.
No, they did
So-
it back then too.
Why are people,
Used and published.
did they?
Yeah, they did
I missed
all of that
that.
testing. And I'm like, back then, I remember thinking, why isn't this front page news? People want proof of aliens? There you go. What the
Well-
hell? Why isn't this, you know?
Yeah.
Because front page news seems to revolve around who shot who ripped who off, and who's being impeached for what.
And that's
Yeah.
just the political
Yeah.
stage.
True.
Yeah.
So, I mean, the whole thing, there are so many different agendas going on in the whole UFO community. It's quite confusing, and it's a shame, really, that they all can't be united. You know, and
Well, then they couldn't sell their own individual books.
It's true.
I mean, this is a story that belongs
I have
to
an
all
update
of mankind,
on-
and not just a few elite.
Yeah.
Colorado
rain barrels. I'm on here, right? Because I can't use the computer for anything. As of right now, Google says most homeowners in Colorado are now allowed to use rain barrels to collect rainwater, a maximum of 2 barrels with a combined storage of 110 gallons or less for each household. Good luck managing that, okay?
Well, in
So, it's
Colorado
legal
in particular.
again.
Well, at least it's legal
Yeah.
again, so this is a
Good luck
thing.
managing that.
Yeah, but it's a fun way to spend money instead of feeding the poor.
Yeah, make
Why do we want
make
to
laws
buy
about
ET?
stuff.
I don't quite get the point of that.
Yeah.
Monetize it somehow.
extraterrestrials. We don't want real proof. We want to buy.
You know, I think everybody just really
we want
wants
capitalists.
something
We
to
want to
tell
buy our
them
way into it.
what to think. And
Ultimately, you are correct.
Yep.
At least in my opinion.
I made a banner. It's not going up for some reason. It said,
That's because it was banned.
Probably because I keep putting up other people's
I put,
comments.
California Rainwater Act of 2012. We just looked it up. It all make sure your rainwater capture systems meet certain hygiene protocols, which makes sense. Legionnaire's disease does exist. Okay.
okay.
Yeah, but if it's the Legionnaire's disease, there aren't many
Yeah,
Legionnaires
Legionnaire's
in
disease
Canada or
does
the U.S.
exist.
Oh yeah.
Well,
West Nile virus.
Right. Well, it's a certain
Mind.
set of circumstances that certain set of circumstances that brought it to be Legionnaire's disease.
Yeah.
It's fairly common to cure, I think, now, but that's now, not
I
back
don't
then.
think they can cure it.
And that's how it
not
got its
yet.
name. That's just
They
how
can
it got its
treat.
name.
I think they can treat, but I don't think curing's in that game yet.
Isn't it bacterial?
yeah.
Is it?
No.
Mm-hmm.
They,
Oh.
if
It's a
they've been
bacterial
able,
that
they've
grows in
able to
water.
treat it. I
It's
think
bacterial
that
and,
once it gets a good foothold, it's darn hard to get rid of.
Maybe I'm a little obtuse. Probably am. But wouldn't boiling the water just solve that problem right there?
Oh yeah. And I have a four-stage osmosis filter. So, you know, that's what's connected
It
to
should be all right.
my outside water systems, you know.
Okay.
It's
I have a
better
good
than the
UFO
city water.
documentary if
Okay.
anybody's interested.
You got a Hubie one where?
Oh
A
yeah.
good UFO
Talk to us about.
documentary. It's called A Tear in the Sky.
Talk to us.
And it's by Carolyn Corey. And she got scientists to try locate an area right off of California where Sanibel Island. There's a I think I've got that right. Not Sanibel Island. That's Florida. Oh come on, Catalina Island. What's that
Catalina.
little island that's right off?
It's Catalina.
Catalina.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Where the Marines used to be.
Good more hunting.
There's a lot of UFO activity around that area that everybody reports on, and that's like on a daily basis. So she got scientists together, and I mean, she got some government dudes that have the state-of-the-art equipment that they brought in. They triangulated this area, and they caught all kinds of stuff. And they caught a portal opening up with stuff flying out of it even. And so they wanted to, they know that like the satellites
Man,
up there.
we can't get a break on the immigration in California for squat, can we?
Well, they wanted
I've
to,
been thinking Texas and New Mexico, but what do I know?
they got it from all of they got it on, you know, the, not only night vision, but they got it on the radar, they got it on all this stuff, and they wanted to get the satellite images of the
They got it on radar.
Yeah. And some other piece of equipment that I can't even understand, much less pronounce. So the government shut them down, said, you know, we can't give you that. So they filed a Freedom of Information Act on it. And then they came back and said, we still can't give it to you because that's now been classified.
The way we caught them on radar is they would turn on their jamming.
I don't know anything about
Then we would know
well.
they were where they were at because of the jamming. We couldn't pinpoint them because the jamming, you know, made it look like a target that was many miles wide when it was maybe the size of a small football field, you know, or something like that.
Well, guys, much as I am thoroughly enjoying this, I'm starting to get dizzy, and this means it's time to call it a day.
Okay.
No worries, man.
You have a good evening, Keith.
Thank you for coming
Thank
by.
you so
Thanks
much
for
for
being
having me
on
there,
our panel.
Nathan. It's been
Thanks
a
for-
riot tonight, guys.
Always invited.
Yeah, thanks for stopping by my show as well, and have
Talk
a
to you
great
soon,
weekend,
Keith.
man.
You too. Take care, guys.
Good
Okay.
night.
Good night.
Whoosh. I love when Keith comes on. I love when he's
I
able to
wish I
come
would
on.
have said that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to be giving him some lessons later on, hopefully next month, gaming stuff. Hopefully he'll actually have me on the actual show. Otherwise, I'll have to have him on my show. And I'm a sucker for letting people on. We had some weirdos in the chat tonight. My goodness.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, someone wanted it's just a bunch of nerdy fat old guys. Someone comes in and tells us to take our shirts off. I'm just like, I guess we've hit the big time. I don't know. It was just
Ooh, ah, oh.
just goofy.
Be still my heart.
I know,
You
right?
want people to take your shirts off?
Yeah. And the funniest thing about it was their avatar was Tony the Tiger, and the name was like Tiger Tony or something for their name.
Oh yeah, I've seen that guy.
So I'm just like, oh, okay, you like Frosted Flakes? I like Frosted Flakes, but I'm not taking my shirt off. Not for at least 50. Got to at least give me $50. I mean, come on.
Frosted Flakes. That's gray-haired guys without any shirt on. Okay, got it. I don't know what to think about that. I really don't.
No, Timothy, not happening. It's really cold out here, and I don't want to get anybody excited.
Cold?
Well, yeah, it's cold out here. I'm wearing a jacket and a leather vest.
Doesn't cold preclude excited?
Yeah, I might start a Quantum Fans show for that kind of thing, Shadow.
Oh my.
Klondike bar? I haven't
Oh boy,
had a
here we
Klondike bar in a
go.
long time. It's been a long time since I had a Klondike bar, so I don't know, man. That's tempting.
Klondike bar. Man, is that all you got to do these days? Gee whiz.
I know, I'm easy.
You can at least get the 6-pack.
I was kind of thinking the same thing. I mean, if you're gonna buy, I mean, how where do you go to buy one Klondike bar? Maybe a liquor store or something.
Well, that's not easy, but it can be had.
And Justin said, send us each $100. Justin was on my show, by the way.
$100 ain't gonna get it. No.
The X-rated quantum show.
Seriously.
Oh, come on. We're barely PG.
We could be. I'm just saying we'd have, spin-off.
This show's so squeaky clean. Come on.
What are we agreeing to over there?
And if we work it right, then next week they'll actually pay us to keep our shirts on.
We'll just swing this around and say, yeah, me.
No, please, no, not again.
Oh God, put it on, put it on.
Please, let's talk about Bigfoot.
Oh no. You people are strange.
Yeah, I told my friend
Since when?
do not engage over in East Tennessee. I told my friend do not engage, just observe what's being shown and don't try to engage him. That it's not a Bigfoot because he doesn't act like one. There's none of this stuff. There are telltale signs for Bigfoot versus this other thing, the Awara, what he clued me in on what it was.
Yeah. What's going on with that?
And yeah, it's still happening. Right
Still
about
happening.
in about
Leave it
an
alone.
hour. Oh, he attacks.
Oh,
They're
Diane.
hostile.
Right.
Hey,
So
Diane, they're hostile.
he's still having activity
according
around
to
his
Keith,
house?
they're hostile. Yeah, all the time. It'll start happening in about an hour, and he's talked to me about well, you've heard me, footprints, a cow sound coming from nowhere, and he's got a house across the street that's got a little thatch of woods between it and the next house, and he says his eyes are drawn to that specific area, and I'm like, yep, then that's where it is. He's a ghost whisperer.
Yeah.
He can do that.
Well, you know,
And he can
the
pinpoint them.
sound of mooing is quite often a bullfrog in a pond or a swamp.
Yeah. I agree.
You know that.
There are no bodies of water around there. Not where he can hear them.
There's no water
The
at
closest
all.
body of water, no, the hose pipes. The closest body of water is going to be about 2 miles away, and that's one of the breakaway rivers for the Cumberland and Ohio rivers.
Okay, I know where that is.
Yeah,
Real
he's in
familiar with that.
well, I can't remember the name. It's not Gatlinburg. It's something else. But it's outside. It's an out of town place. It's not a. It's a neighborhood.
Yeah.
One of the unincorporated.
Well, when
and
something's hostile, the best
there are signs of
information is
something.
leave it.
Yeah. Observe what it does. Don't draw it out. He has thought about drawing it out, and I'm like, you don't want to do that. Just do what you're doing. You'll be okay. Because when he said rogue cow running around at 12:30, 1 o'clock at night, I was like, okay, I got some questions.
Yeah.
Where's the farmer? I went over this, right? Where's the farmer? Where's the farm? Has anyone lost a cow? Because they put up wanted signs around here for lost livestock.
Well, and that's not all. I mean,
has
cattle stop at dusk. They do not. They go to sleep. That's it.
Yeah.
Right. They don't go around at night. They don't cruise around at night. They go home. They're daytime creatures.
Now it may be lost, and I'll say, okay, it's a cow, but a cow would not be carrying on or mooing at night unless it was extremely ill.
Well, I've seen these
calving
cattle we got out here out at nighttime, especially on the way to the sacred land.
And
right.
Well, they've been out there, and I've heard them talking to each other. And there's no water.
Does your friend have animals that have dogs or anything?
The cattle are talking, or the bullfrogs?
The cattle.
Okay.
We have no bullfrogs because we have no water.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering. Which one we were referring to.
Okay, all of the things said about cows, yeah, I agree. But this is not in a city-like neighborhood, a suburb neighborhood, with no farms anywhere close.
Well, it doesn't make
no
sense.
bodies of water, and there are 13-inch footprints showing up in snow and mud, and twigs being woven in shapes. Right.
All right.
And,
Did your friend?
Yeah, there are cows right on the other side of the cemetery. I passed them on my way home, right? They were just chilling in a group, but it was still daylight. If I go over there right now, I may or may not see somebody over there, a cow, but they're not active. They're sitting
Hey,
there.
Hungar, what's happening, buddy? Welcome to the show.
Hey, Hungar.
Hey, Hungar.
Yeah, and there's probably a difference between the beef
Diane.
cattle and the beef cattle and milk cattle.
Yeah, I don't know what these guys are. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know if they're beef or milk.
No.
It's hard to say.
The
I don't know
only
those
difference I've ever really noticed with cattle is are they had it a minute ago, black and white.
Holstein.
Dairy cows.
That's what I'm saying. Difference between dairy cows and meat cows. I don't know if there's a difference.
There just isn't a lot of difference there. I mean, one chews for one and one chews for the other.
Yeah, but the milk cattle tend to go back to their barn.
Yes.
Where the rancher. The rancher doesn't have a barn out there for him.
No. Well, there's differences between the type of cows. I mean, Jersey cows are relatively non-aggressive, and Charolais are meaner and bag full of porcupines.
Well, how would you know that?
grew up with one.
I don't
And it
know,
liked you.
but
Pardon
I don't
me?
think there's a cow
It liked
over
me.
in
It
his
didn't kill me.
in his neighborhood that
Okay.
is city.
Does your friend have any animals, as in
So
like a
I've
dog
told
or
him,
a cat?
yeah, he has
Do
animals.
they react?
They're inside
Do
animals.
they have any? Yeah.
They stay
Do
inside.
they have any reaction to what's going on outside? Where this?
Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. So, huh?
So we're,
Sorry,
you
Raven. Say
know,
that again.
they
I
go
cut
either
out.
way.
Do they? I was just curious if they have any reactions to activity going on at nighttime with these. I can't remember what they're called. They're not Bigfoot, but they're called what
Okay.
again?
Take care, Justin. I
Owara.
will see you tomorrow, buddy.
Aurora.
That's right. So, like when the Aurora
See you later, Justin.
are active, do his animals react, or
He has told me sometimes
just
they
kind
do
of
and
oblivious?
sometimes they don't. But there have been other reactions because his property was redone in the 70s or something, and
Mhm.
there used where his garage is, there was a garden, and his little dog will go out. One of his little dogs will go out and stare at the side of the garage, and he himself has seen. He calls it a residual of he'll be in the garage and see someone, a woman on the floor doing stuff. Oh, he's super haunted, right? The whole place is super haunted. And yeah, I tried to put a comment in,
Yeah, it's
but
the residuals don't notice you're there, but haunting knows.
Yeah.
right, he thinks
Wrong
it's
about-
residual, but he's not
Yeah.
sure.
Well,
But those terms get.
if he said, I'm sorry, if he sat down when he sees this, because we have a residual goes through here, but it's only a certain part of year. You know, it's towards the towards November when this guy starts wandering through here, and then he's gone for the rest of the year. And he is
Okay.
he doesn't seem to be cognizant of anything around him. I've spoken to him and nothing. So it's a repeat performance of something.
Yeah,
Hey, Magnus.
there is. He has other things happen out there too. There is one resident that I don't know what's going on. He doesn't know the specific terms and he doesn't nail them down like I think he should, right? But that's just me. When I went out there, I saw that there were things there, but they weren't interacting. They weren't letting me know when I was there. But I could feel something going on. And that's every time I go out there. I can feel something going on every time. And but they never gave any kind of indication while I was there actively. But I could tell like being watched. But I don't know. There might be something because I've never seen a ghost. I've never seen I take that back. I've never seen a ghost in a house, right? Like people describe. But that's a different one. that's different. That's different. I went into their area, but there was no hauntings like in his house that I noticed. They didn't make themselves available to me at the time. Oh, Tim is saying he lives on the Trail of Tears. It's quite common.
Oh.
I would think that would be extremely haunted through there.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah.
I have not.
Misery would leave an imprint on the land, regardless.
Sure.
Yeah.
Tragedy does do that.
Yeah.
My sister is a psychic, nearly. And while they were stationed in Germany, her husband and she and their kids decided it'd be best to go see Dakhour. And she came back from there. It was a very moving experience for her. And she told me, if you ever get a chance to go to a concentration camp, Linan, don't go anywhere near it.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
I saw things.
Just the imprint and the energy of that place would be just so overwhelming. Yeah, there's no way you could pay me enough money to go to a place like that.
Well, Dina's not given to flights of fancy at all, and very, very much in the here and now. It's how she operates. For her to see it was quite profound.
Mm-hmm.
So it she wouldn't discuss it any further. It really upset her. I can't say that I blame her.
Can we get back to your friend's place there, Nathan?
Say that again?
Can we get back to your friend's place?
Yes. Yes. What would you like to go by? I mean, I've done my investigation, and he's definitely got some stuff going on out there. And some of them are transient, right? Some of them just pass through, because right where he was a trail, a pioneer trail back in the day, and that's what his place was a settlement, and it was a lot bigger before that. It's in some rolling hills, and it was a lot bigger settlement, pioneer area. And I've asked him to look up the local history, like what all was here, not just your property, but what about the area? Go to the library. But he doesn't have a whole lot of time to do a lot of that stuff, and they're sharing one car. So,
do you have a thermosensor?
Yeah. Say again?
Do you have a thermosensor?
Yes, I do. It's not a great one. I don't have a FLIR camera. I've got a thermosensor, though. Yeah, my EMF has one on it.
Can you set it up like you would set up?
I've walked around there.
Can you set it up on a timer?
No, it is a handheld one. It's not one of those that I can leave unattended.
We're gonna have to get you some of these Arduinos in there and some of these sensors that go with it.
Yeah, that might just clarify what's going on there real fast, or make it muddier.
Yeah, I'd like to get some ultrasound. I'd like to get some ultrasound going on, and see if it can, I don't know, sonar image something. There's free things you can do with your phone like that now, but it has to have external microphones and speakers, because the ones on board the phone are just not up to speed for that kind of thing. They can do anything kind of RF, but they can't do anything with sound. Yeah, Tim, I would love to. Tim is saying I need to plan to go ghost tour with him in his area. I would love to do that. I would love to do that. By the way,
the Ascension Road in El Paso is active again. People are telling the police that they're seeing Dana Thompson and several other people that were killed out there on the road.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Road coming up to that point of the year where the veil's the thinnest.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, I have gotten. I've heard that the veil is super thin already. It's going to stay super thin for a while.
This is starting early, and I rather wonder if it won't go longer, because of all there's an awful lot of things happening, and it's early for this. I usually don't notice a lot of stuff happening until around, the end of the first week of October. It begins to get real active, but it's much more active right now than it has been.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Is there something about portals when the date, like today being yesterday, I guess, depending on where you're at, but 9/23/23 was today's date. And I saw this stuff that was all over YouTube about this portal opening because it's 9/23/23. And I've seen that before when the date has matched, the year. Like it was August 22nd of 22. There was a portal open. And is there something about that? Is that real or is that just made up shit or what?
Well, I mean,
I don't think.
This time of year.
think about it. I mean,
I don't have any
every
information on that.
every month during the first 30 years of a century is going to have one of those days, and then you're going to have 69 years during the century where that can't actually happen. It seems a little bit
Numerically,
too much.
anyway.
Yeah, it just seems too much for it to be open all this time and then shut down for almost 70 years.
And I
Yeah,
was
it sounds like a
thinking the
mass
same way.
hysteria, mass manifestation. Yeah, it sounds like a
God.
mass manifestation or urban legend type thing to me. All of that does.
Or wishful thinking, maybe even.
The
And
number
they're bound to hit
matching up.
something once in a while.
Right, but
You know?
but that kind of on 30% of the century and then off 70% of the century, it just seems like a little much.
Yeah, that's why I asked. I didn't know if there was something to this, if it was a numerology thing or what. And oh, by the way, we made it today without any catastrophes. Remember the predictive thing that was going around last week about how there was a Simpsons episode of 9/23/23 and all this nuclear meltdown and comets hitting the planet,
zombies, asteroid, nuclear bomb, flood.
Well,
I'm sure
look at
little
it.
stuff happens
Dogs
here
and
and there,
cats
but not
living
the whole
together,
world.
mass hysteria.
Yeah, chaos, catastrophe.
Honestly, my perception of it is that you're bound to hit it once, at least
Well,
once.
they've hit it a lot of
in
times.
that. And they hit it quite often. Well, yeah, but I'm saying that numerically, if the ones that are pulling this out, the numerologists generally don't predict stuff. They just interpret what they got. Oh, there's a couple that'll try this every now and again, and it blows up in their face every time.
Yeah, wouldn't it make more sense for it to happen like with a new moon or something that's far more regular than, you know what I mean? Or something
It
that
ups your
has some-
opportunity.
Yeah,
or something more tangible, when this
Moon dark.
happens, then this happens, then this happens, as opposed to just an arbitrary day.
Right. What, Joe?
Moon dark tends to seem to bring out a lot of reports about.
Sometimes. Moon dark is when it's a completely dark moon.
Oh, yeah.
There's no light. The opposite of full moon would be moon dark. But
Yeah. And that's
Isn't
the
that
other
just
time.
cloudy weather?
no,
No.
not. It's no
No, the
moon at all.
phase of the moon.
New moon.
Not when there's clouds. The
Yeah,
phase.
I've never actually seen that.
A new moon?
No.
You won't.
No.
It's dark.
That's yeah.
Look on your calendar.
Before the new moon is the dark moon.
They usually refer to it as a new moon rather than dark moon, but it's the same critter.
So there's
Yeah,
just one or the other. I thought there were two. The dark moon was the night before the new moon, and that was the night that you didn't do any magic.
No.
No.
We do magic
Okay.
as
All
we
right,
need
we
to.
do magic on a regular basis then.
Okay, that's why I'm asking. That's what I've. This was in the book. In the book.
Yeah, you
So-
need to write down some more questions, don't you, Raven?
Yeah, I've got a whole bunch.
Oh,
I got a whole
boy.
bunch. You'll be a
Okay,
busy
the
girl
next
tomorrow.
new moon will occur on Saturday, October the 14th at 1:55 p.m. Greenwich Mean Time, 1755 Greenwich Mean Time. The new moon occurs when the moon is directly between the Earth and the sun, and its shadow side is pointed towards the Earth.
Right.
So it occurs every month,
Yeah.
Yeah.
at
Sometimes
least.
there's eclipses and stuff, but not
Well,
usually.
yeah, we got that coming up real soon, too.
Mm-hmm.
Except we have to move the panhandle, but
Yeah, we have one coming up.
I'm not going. I'm sorry. I ain't doing it.
well, then you can see a partial.
Yeah.
We'll be
you
we're
know.
close
All
enough
right,
to
then.
see
Well,
a
y'all,
partial.
you know what? It has been 2 hours. It's been 2 hours, and let's go ahead and I'm going to post up the wrap-up banner that we're wrapping things up. And we didn't really stay on too many topics tonight, but that's okay because
We stayed
I
on a
said it
lot of
earlier in the
topics.
banner. We were resisting the shakedown. Yeah, resisting the shakedown, keeping our own quantum rhythm. And there we have it. That's how it works. Because we do not let it affect us. All the
Well-
craziness, we can address it, but we're not going to participate. You know?
Yeah.
I'm gonna live there.
I refuse to participate.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not going to participate in that kind of manic state of fear and So, yeah, so we went to the quantum food, quantum dark side food. We talked about the not Bigfoot and
So not Bigfoot.
uh,
And
the not Bigfoot,
Terror in
the
the Sky
Owara,
is the new documentary.
Opening an
Yeah.
OnlyFans account.
right? And quantum fans, quote, cha-ching right there, quantum fans. It'll start at $5. Starring me and Shadow. Starting at $5. Yeah.
Boy. Are you
'Cause we got the
auctioning
best
off
hair
your
on the
shirt?
channel. What?
Are you auctioning off your shirt?
No, that's a shoe. That's a shoe.
That starts at 2.
Hey, don't forget!
But,
Don't forget the temple has started up again. If you're in the Las Cruces, El Paso area, you may want to try to get in contact to us through Facebook.
Okay. Yeah, just get in touch with one of us on Facebook. Either post to our wall or private message if that's available, and we can communicate that way. And or if you're really talented and really know what you're doing, use a candle. We'll still get the message.
Probably.
We know that's true. We know it's true.
We've
I'll
seen
tell
all
you
sorts
what.
of messages come through.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like last time it was, hey, this circle's over with. Bye.
Yeah.
Take care, Timothy.
And so, thanks, Tim. I'll talk to you soon. Your link is in the description, Tim. Wardove is in the description. And friend of the show. I know him in real life. He's a great guy. We've had many quantum talks and didn't even realize what we were doing back in the day. So,
Be sure to like
yeah,
and
we did
subscribe if you
a good
haven't.
show. This was good. Yes, like and subscribe. If you're here, you're quantum. Proxy quantum, still quantum. And it seems to be the thing to do on YouTube. Donation links are also in the description for PayPal or Buy Me a Coffee, should you feel so inclined. And
He needs the coffee. He needs
thanks,
the
everybody.
coffee.
And the coffee. Okay, but thanks, everybody. We're going to go ahead and take it backstage. Don't hang up. But we got to go
Happy trails,
unlive now.
folks.
We got to go offline. So,
Bye.
y'all, keep it quantum. What do we say here?
See you next
Pushing buttons.
Pushing buttons.
Push the button.
Pushing buttons.
Close the box.